blowout in their last matchup against the Bengals. Out next on Madden NFL 22.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Returning it, Johnson. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
At the 6-yard line.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Now Bradford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll just protect the football and go down and take the sack. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. Looking to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Johnson on the return. And some good special teams to the 15. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Throwing, Bradford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 73 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack, because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Bradford. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Javon Kinlaw has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Bradford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Watch Mike. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
3rd and long for Bradford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From the 10. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see they've already clinched the AFC North. As it stands, of course, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend. But we always talk about how coaches say we want to win that division, and that's the key thing, right?
Oh, that's absolutely right. And that comes all the way down from the front office. They build their teams to win their division first, because if you do that, you guarantee that first game at home. Yeah, if you get the #1 seed in a bye, that's terrific. But bottom line, get into the playoffs. There are a heck of a lot of teams watching that wish they were in your spot.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. McCaffrey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jonathan Allen able to get him down for a loss of 11. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Let's go.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Over the middle, complete. It's Ross. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Check Mike 34. Mike 34. 60 Eagle. Mustang 19.
He'll drop to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Nothing's free.
Mark Andrews, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A first down throw for Bradford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Working out of the gun, Bradford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, check Mike.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bradford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bradford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Mike 57. Switch it up.
They'll throw again. Bradford. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
From the 10. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, at the 60, at the 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. 2nd and 9 now. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Watch the screen. 57's the mic.
Bradford.
I got you.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down now, it's Harris, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
49, check 49, check 49.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Here's Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bengals' 45-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Andrews.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the give, this is Harris, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Back to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back now in Cincinnati. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
25, check 25, check 25. Back up.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first here in the 4th quarter. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense.
Now back to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep, and boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now here's Johnson. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Bradford now to throw on first down. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Bradford. This one is Slayton over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
First down, Bradford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
From the red zone now, Bradford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Bradford. End zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone, We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete.
Let's go.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 19-yard line.
18 Rattler.
34's the mic.
Hey, we got to get ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Go, Reed. Go.
Tighten up.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Following the interception, Bradford. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
I don't even know why this team showed up. New Mike 52. Mike 52.
Cut.
From the shotgun, it's Bradford. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. To try again after the sack, Bradford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout. Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game? No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked. It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out. So for the Ravens, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1, and they'll return home to the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.